Today I'm building a British pub in Minecraft. The main reason I'm doing this is because I went to university in the UK and you could say I pretty much lived at the pub. I'm actually gonna take that back, that makes me sound like an alcoholic. I did not live at the pub. Well, anyways, before I even do that, I have a little side mission first that I have to attend to. Ho ho ho! Nope, that's the wrong holiday. Happy New Year's, everyone. I know that I'm extremely late and January is almost over, but this is my first video of 2025, so I'm hoping all of you have had a good year so far. As I said in the intro, I do have a side mission to do, and that side mission is to decorate the inside of this house. In the last episode, we built this house, but I kinda just forgot about the inside. Like, look at it right now, it's completely empty. Well, apart from this, I have a bunch of dogs, and I just have this line of stuff right here, but that's about it. I also have this bro right here. I've got a little idea in mind. I think I'm gonna have a little kitchen area here, maybe like a dining table area here. No clue what's gonna be there, but upstairs will probably be my bedroom. I really don't know. I've not really put much thought behind this, but I'm gonna speedrun this and we will be back soon. I didn't actually end up doing that much, to be honest. I got this little dinner table going, I got this kitchen area, and then the bedroom area upstairs, this is all I have. I don't even know what this is. It looks like a tent, but it's obviously not because we're indoors. And I've got chests over there. Yeah, that's literally it. Moving on to the main mission now. As you heard in the intro, I'm going to be building a British pub. I'm basing this off the pub that I used to go to in my university. And that pub was in between two buildings, so I can't really make the exterior well, so I have an idea for this. Not sure exactly where just yet, but maybe like right here, and it's going to go into the hill. But yeah, I guess I'll start now. Enjoy me yapping while I do this. Welcome back to another yap session. Today I want to talk about the feeling of getting older. The reason why this topic is even on my mind is because recently I celebrated two of my friends' 22nd birthdays, and I think this is the first birthday that we've celebrated where the age sounds a bit too serious. You might not know exactly what I mean right now, so let me try explain this. So for example, you know when you turn 18, you're a grown-up, you're an adult for the first time. But the thing about that is you got rookie tax, you know, you're in your rookie season, so it's actually not that deep if you mess up or if you don't do grown-up things while you're 18. But by the time you're 19, that rookie tax is gone, your rookie season is over, so you're gonna have to lock in. And I guess it's the same thing when you turn 22. 21 is seen as a huge milestone, and that's just because it's the legal drinking age in America. Like realistically for me, 21 actually isn't that deep because in Thailand where I'm from, the legal drinking age is 20. And in the UK where I went to university, it's 18, so you know, it's completely different. But just because of America, 21 seems like a really important milestone in your life. But again, that's your rookie season, so it's not too deep. But when you turn 22, that's like 21 part 2. So you know, that just means shit's getting serious. Fortunately for me though, I'm still 21. I say this, I've got about half a year till I'm 22, so it's not actually that long left. But I'll take it for now, man, because a lot of my friends are turning 22 or they're gonna turn 22 soon, and that's old as hell, boy. Talking about being old as hell, another reason why this topic is on my mind is because I have this one friend that's 3 months younger than me, and for some reason recently he's just been calling me old over and over again. And you know, I mean, he's not wrong. Like, I can't say anything back to him because I am older than him, but it's by 3 months, bro. But to be fair to him, like, we've always done this to the older people in our friend group. When I say older, it's not actually like there's a huge difference in age. In my friend group, the difference between the oldest and youngest person is around 8 months, so like, you know, that's really not that deep. Like, we're pretty much the same age. All my friends are from my year group in school, so it makes sense why we're the same age. But back in school, we used to call the kids who were born in 2002 or early 2003 old as hell, so I don't blame this kid for calling me old. But for the majority of my life, I've always been seen as the young guy. You know, I'm like the second youngest in my friend group, so like, come on now, like that's not cool. You know, we're obviously joking around, but there's definitely some truth to it because this is the first time in my life where I've actually noticed myself getting older. When I say this, I'm talking about how I actually can notice a difference from how I used to think to now. Also, there's just like different things, like I watch different content now, I listen to different music. Like, this is the first time where I've actually noticed myself getting older. But it is quite hard to pinpoint. Most of it is just from conversations I have with my friends, and then post conversation I think about it and I'm just surprised. I'm surprised that I just think in a different way. Like, when I was 18 years old, I probably wouldn't have had the same point of view to now. But yeah, I'll get into this in a little bit, but I think the main reason to why I'm just feeling old recently is because I started the job that I was talking about in the last video. I think in the last video I recorded it a week before starting the job, but now I'm like around 3 weeks deep, and yeah, I'm definitely feeling old, man. This is my first like real job. This is my first like actual like grown-up thing that I'm doing, so I do feel very old. But hey, I mean, it is what it is. I obviously needed to get a job and I did do that. I'm not gonna talk about like my opinions on the job or how I am finding it, like if I like it it if I don't. That's a whole different topic, man, but it is what it is. I needed to get a job and I did, and it's resulting into me feeling a little bit older, but hey, what can I do about that? Okay, I just went on a tangent there where I just didn't need to do that, but yeah, back to the point about how I think differently. The first thing that comes to mind is the content that I watch. YouTube is still my main platform to consume content. I don't think that's ever gonna change, honestly. I think I'm gonna be 40 years old still watching YouTube if that's around. I can imagine myself just watching golf videos. You know, don't get me wrong, I already do watch golf videos, but I watch like the YouTube edited versions. But I can imagine myself when I'm 40 just watching like those 5-hour uncut golf videos. Or I might be completely wrong and I might still be scrolling on TikTok watching brain rot content. Who knows? We'll see. But my whole point is that the content that I watch has definitely changed. Oh, actually, I wouldn't say changed. It's more like I've expanded my palette. I still watch the exact same creators from when I was 18, but I just watch a lot more educational content too now. When I was 18, educational content sounded so stupid to me because I went to school all day. Like, obviously I wouldn't want to come home and just learn some more. But now that I'm done with university, done with all the education in my life, like, watching educational content is actually really interesting, man. It's not the only thing I watch. I'm not a boring fuck, like, don't you guys worry. I still do watch the normal things, but here and there it's actually really fun to watch. It's a really cool feeling to know that I'm watching something and I'm not just completely wasting my time. Like, I'm actually learning something, which is a cool thing. Big shout out to the YouTube channel called Fern. One of my friends just put me onto that. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's F-E-R-N. If you've somehow never watched them, I really do highly recommend it. They make amazing videos. Another thing that I've noticed is my music taste has changed quite a lot. My favorite artist has always been A Boogie with the Hoodie, and I don't think that's ever gonna change. From when I was around 14, 15, I don't even know, but my Spotify Wrapped every single year, my #1 artist was always A Boogie with the Hoodie, apart from this year. I'm kinda embarrassed, and I don't actually know if I should say this out loud, but my #1 artist this year was Tate McRae. Yeah, Tate McRae. I'm gonna stand on business. Like, she's fucking fire, okay? Like, don't judge me in the comments. Like, she's cold. You know what? I'll actually just pop up my Spotify Wrapped now. You guys can be brutally honest with me. Roast me in the comments if you need to. But I wouldn't say it's a good example of what I'm trying to say. I feel like in the last few months of this year, my music taste has changed quite a lot. I still listen to A Boogie with the Hoodie. A Boogie with the Hoodie was #2 this year, so you know, it's not that big of a difference. But growing up, my music taste was always the same. It was always rap. It was A Boogie with the Hoodie, Drake, Juice WRLD. You know, there might be some difference here and there, but it would always be rap. But recently, I've been listening to a lot of artists like Adele, which is kind of crazy. If you told 18-year-old me that I'm listening to Adele, and Adele's probably like my most listened to artist in the last few months, like, he wouldn't believe you, or I wouldn't believe you. You know what I mean. I was about to say that I'm more focusing on the lyricism, but I just said my #1 artist this year was Tate McRae, and I don't think she's like known for her lyrics. I've also been listening to a lot of like Rihanna, like old school Rihanna and old school Justin Bieber. Actually, not old school, but like the light skin era that Justin Bieber went through. Like, I've just been listening to a lot of those songs for some reason. Again, you can try and violate me in the comments, but I'm not gonna have it, bro. Like, Justin Bieber in his light skin era was fucking cold. I've also been listening to a lot of Chase Atlantic. I don't know if you guys know them. Okay, I'm saying that like they're some small group. Like, they're massive. Shit, you know what else is massive? No, I'm not gonna do that. I am a 21-year-old grown-up. I regret saying that immediately. I apologize. Honestly, I apologize from the bottom of my heart for even trying that. On a more serious note though, me and my friends were having a conversation recently, and one of my, I don't know how to phrase this, I guess smarter friends, like, I'm not saying any of my friends are dumb, but someone that, you know, we all would agree that is pretty smart. He brought something up about us just being a lot more mature and how he has noticed that from just the conversations he's had with us over the years. He was saying things like we're just a lot more open to listen to what he's saying, you know, we're actually like trying to learn. Back in the day, we wouldn't take anything seriously, like we would make everything into a joke, and I guess we still do that, but I guess it's just decreased a little bit. We actually have like proper conversations here and there. Again, don't get me wrong, we also do have our stupid conversations, and I think the majority of our conversations is really stupid, but there are times where I feel like, damn, like we're growing up, like we're actually talking about like real things right now. Another thing that I've noticed is I've actually started saying no to a lot more things, and when I say this out loud, I'm now more like retracting my statement, because I was about to say it's actually a good thing, and there are actual books that are written about like how it's good to say no. The example I was about to give is me saying no to things that are gonna ruin my sleep for the next day if I have work the next day. But most of the time it's just my friends wanting to hang out, so I actually do regret saying this. I guess my point was gonna be most of the time my friends just want to hang out to drink at night, and I've been saying no to that because it's gonna completely ruin my sleep the next day, and it's gonna ruin my day at work. Like all week I'm exhausted from work, so the thought of like having to go into work hungover just isn't the right vibe. But honestly, the older we get, the less I'm gonna get to see my friends, so maybe I don't want to start saying no already. I might say yes next time they ask me, you know, honestly, just like fuck it. Just completely scrap everything I was talking about. Like, I might just start saying yes all the time. Talking about that, the whole reason me saying no in the first place is a crazy thing is because I was the friend that would say yes to anything. Like, and when I say anything, I mean anything. A friend could ask me if I want to go buy a a graphics card with him, and I'll just be like, yeah, sure. I could have already got dinner and they would say, yo, just pull up to the restaurant because why not? And I'll just be like, you know what, sure, I'll just come sit. But now I've actually been putting my foot down, and if I'm like too tired to do something, I actually say no. But again, saying this out loud, because this is the first time I'm saying this out loud, I do regret it. I might just go back to my old ways and just saying yes to everything. Moving on, the crazy thing about this whole thing is me actually noticing a difference. Me noticing a difference, I think, highlights me getting older for sure. And I say this because growing up, I always had like a it is what it is mindset, and I didn't really deep anything at all. It's a mindset that I've got complimented for, and it's also a mindset that I've got criticized for. A lot of people used to always like really like the way how I just gave no fucks about anything. But the bad thing about that was I used to also not give a fuck about the important things in my life. I could have the biggest exam in my life coming up and I would just like not care about it. To be fair, everything ended up well. I finished all my education with good grades, so you know, I guess I can't complain, but I probably should have taken it a little bit more seriously, you know. But yeah, the whole point of me even saying all this was, yeah, I had this mindset, and there was no way when I had this mindset I would be able to notice me changing. If you asked 18-year-old me if I could state all the differences from when I was 15 to when I was 18, I don't think I would be able to say anything. But from 18 to 21, I can name a bunch of things. This might not just be solely because of me getting older, it could honestly be because I went to university and it was the first time where I ever lived independently. It was the first time I had a bunch of first times actually. Maybe not enough first times, but that's a whole different topic. I think in university I just didn't do enough things, but saying that, I still did a lot of first things for the first time. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I think you know what I mean. I'm pretty much just trying to say I just did a bunch of things for the first time. And yeah, that could definitely be a reason to why I feel like I can actually notice a difference of me getting older, but hey, who knows? Also, the fact that university was just a huge part of my life probably does play a role in this. When I say this, I'm talking about how for someone else who, you know, moved around when they were younger, or they had divorced parents, or they just had some like huge events in their lives when they were younger, they might be able to notice a difference easier. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is people that actually like went through big life events when they were younger, I'm sure if you asked them to name the difference between when they were 15 and 18, they could easily do it. But because for me, my first genuine huge moment was university, that's probably is why I can notice the difference now. Also, the fact that I don't think I've drastically changed at all since I was 15. Again, as I've stated multiple times in this video now, there's obviously has been some changes, because if there weren't, then I wouldn't even be talking about this right now. But I've always pretty much been the same guy. I've had like the same core values in life, you know, the same morals, the same friends, fuck, even like the same hobbies, to be honest. Like I've played video games back then, I still play video games now. Played basketball back then, don't play as much, but I would love to play basketball. Still play sports, like play golf, like, you know what I mean? It's like I'm pretty much the same guy, bro. And as I stated, I have the same friends, and I've had the same friends since I was around like 10 years old. So yeah, the majority of my close friends I've known for like 10 or 11 years, which is kind of crazy when I say out loud. I obviously have made some more friends over the years, but you know, my core like friend group has been the same since a very young age. In fact, one of my closest friends now I've actually known since I was 5 years old. Like we weren't best friends the whole time, but I've known him since we were 5, which again is just crazy, man. Like we were always friends, you know, we weren't really close. I think we rekindled the friendship when we were around like 12 or 13. But the fact that we were even friends for that long and we're super close now, it's crazy. This is also just like another topic that I want to go into at some point. Like I'm going on a lot of side rants right now, but I think that's what makes these videos good. This year, for some reason, I've got a few compliments about my friend group. This is weird because I've just never experienced this in the other years of my life. Like this is the first time anyone's ever complimented my friend group. And I don't mean that in a bad way. These guys are legends. I don't mean, I just realized that might sound like I'm insulting them here. Pretty much what they were saying is it's kind of crazy how my friend group is so close and how we've been close for this long. And they said things like how they wish they also had that and how they don't have that. And you know, it just really made me grateful this year about my friend group. But again, this is like a whole different topic I can talk about for another day. I can talk about this for hours, honestly. But the reason I brought this point up is because I feel like it also highlights how we're getting older. There's no way I'd be having this conversation when I was 18, you know, I wouldn't like deep it enough to think about my friends like that. I was just taking my friend group for granted, and I think a lot of people do that. It's a really easy thing to do. I was with them every single day in school, so I never really had the time to be grateful, if you know what I mean. But now that we're a lot older and we just have a lot more time apart from each other, I only get to see these guys like once or twice a year, so I guess that really does show why I've been thinking like this recently. But yeah, I know this kind of sounds stupid. Like the whole topic that I'm talking about today is stupid. Like obviously everyone grows older, you know, it's not like some crazy concept. And I also know that it's very subjective on what people actually consider old. There's a 30-year-old watching this video, they're probably laughing at me right now. Because they've already experienced their 20s, they'll probably be laughing at the fact that I'm calling 22 old. They'd probably say something like, I'm just getting started or my life's just beginning, you know? But if there's like a 14-year-old watching this, 22 is a crazy age. And I know this because when I was 14, if anyone brought anything up about being 22, I would like laugh at them. Like, that's so far in the future, you know? But it's not that far anymore. In 6 months, I'm gonna be 22. Like, damn, that is kind of crazy. And I'm sitting here talking to my mic alone with no bitches playing Minecraft, man. Like, that's crazy. That statement alone has completely ruined what I was talking about today. But I mean, I guess I'm not lying, you know, it is true. Also, talking about this topic makes me feel like I'm one of those ASU boys on Instagram Reels. I know the majority of you have no idea what I'm talking about, but if there are a few people that are watching this video that know who I mean by the ASU boys, then you guys are legends. For the people that don't, they're pretty much dudes that go to ASU, the university, and they're in a frat and they just talk about frat things like the whole time. They have a podcast. I probably should have said that first. They have a podcast, and on Instagram Reels they post their clips about just talking about frats and stuff. And the whole comment section for each video is just things like, oh, this was riveting content, boys, keep it up. Like, it's just straight sarcasm. And as much as I'd love to clown on those guys, I watch every single one of their videos and I watch the whole thing every time it pops up on my feed. So I guess it is riveting content, to be honest. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'd say that's a good thing because I feel my brain cells just like leaving my body every time I watch those guys. But again, I watch every single one, so they're doing something right for sure. But yeah, that's my yap session over. I hope you guys enjoyed. And just like that, we are done with the British pub. Look at this. I'll be honest, this looks nothing like the thing I was trying to create. I'm actually embarrassed to say that this even is a British pub. If anyone from the UK is watching this, I'm so sorry. This literally looks nothing like a pub there, but this is the best I could do. At least I got Wetherspoons up there. At least I got a bit of the culture right. Maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh, because if you see the photo, which I don't want to show because I don't want to dox where I went to uni, but if you did see it, I think you would somewhat see the vision. Well, anyways, who actually cares about what the pub looks like from the outside? All that matters is what it looks like from the inside. And I'm not talking about pubs here, kids. Take that as a life lesson. Nah, I'm joking. I'm talking about the pub right here. Look at this, boys. This looks amazing in my opinion. Again, I've not been to a pub that looks exactly like this, but I would say this is a lot better than what it looks like from the outside. This is supposed to be like a beer tap, I guess. Like, I don't know. The item frames, I don't really know how to explain. That, like, obviously is supposed to represent alcohol. The people in the UK love potatoes. I'm hoping they don't mistake that as a French thing, because, you know how the British think about them. And that, like, sure, I guess you could just order it off the menu or something. I don't even know why, bro. This is just like such a stereotypical British sentence. Like, it's not. I mean, it's not a stereotypical British sentence. Like, no one's ever said this probably. You've probably heard about split the G, and a lot of people say your nan there, so I just put them both together. And this is a deal that I abused in my 3 years in university, man. This deal was so good. We got 4 Jaeger bombs for £10, and we also got one for just entering the club, so that's kind of cold. But yeah, this is my little cozy pub, man. I'm very embarrassed of what it looks like from the outside, but from the inside, it's pretty cool. I don't know exactly what the thumbnail is going to be. I kind of want it to be the inside, but we'll see. But if you guys end up enjoying this video, please do leave a like and subscribe. And if you're still watching till now, you're definitely enjoying it, so you might as well click on the video that just popped up. Or don't, it's obviously up to you. Thank you guys for watching and have a great night. Peace.